Sunday dinner. I'm making a corned beef. And here I have some water in the pan. I'm just going to put a little rack in there because I don't want it directly on the bottom. First I want to get the water heated up. I want it to start to boil first before we put our corned beef in. There we go. Out of this bag. Pour some of this gel off. People think it's blood. Oh, it's bloody. No, it's some kind of a fluid that they use to preserve the meat and to make it look more attractive in the package, right? Because it does. You think that, oh, that's a beautiful piece of red meat. It's red, but it's red by the fluid. Okay, I'm going to turn it down to a medium. Maybe a little lower, medium low. I'm going to set my timer for 1 hour. And I'm going to boil it just like this for 1 hour. And then, meanwhile, in this pot I have a ham hock that I scrubbed and cleaned. I like to scrub the whatever it is on there because it looks pretty icky to me. So I always scrub it. I'm going to put it into this pan. Keep it boiling. I'm going to cook this for probably about 30-35 minutes until the juices start to come out. And then those dark greens that are on the top of most of our cabbages, I always cook them first. I take the stem out of the middle. I've already washed them, as you can see, they're nice and wet, and I just cut them up, and I let them cook just a little bit longer, maybe about 10 minutes, than the lighter green cabbage. My mother always said, cook those first because they're tougher. And that's what I'm doing. So now we're going to add our cabbage that I've washed, cut up and rinsed off really well. And you can see I've just let the flavor of this ham hock come out into the water. Now it's juice. It's flavorful juice. We're just going to add, we don't need any more water, let me say that, because cabbage makes its own water. And in we go, okay? And this was just a piece of a little cabbage that I have been using for different little things, so it's not even a whole cabbage. More than enough for us, though. I'm going to add some crushed flakes. Not much, not much. Not much at all. And I have some green onions that I was using. Don't want to waste them, so I'm just going to add them on in here. I have some Sylvia's green seasoning. If you've never tried it and you have it in your area, go ahead and give it a try. It is nice and flavorful, please believe me. And I have a red bell pepper. I'm just going to cut that up and add it in. Just cut them up any kind of way, it really doesn't matter. Going on in with those. I'm going to cover. Turn it down to a medium and let it cook. Doesn't take very long. I might cook them for about 35 minutes or so. We'll see. I lost my top, guys. What did I do with this? Oh, yes. Okay, it's been 1 hour, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take it off of the rack. Be careful. Carefully. This is hard. I'm going to remove this rack. I'm going to take my corned beef, sit it back down in those luscious juices. Cover. and it's going into the oven. My oven is heated at 325. I'm probably going to cook that for about another hour or two. It's been about 12 minutes. I'm going to add some more of this green seasoning. You can see it calmed down because I've turned it off. That right there is quite done for me. Like I said, I turned it off. I'm going to cover it and set it aside. We're done with that. Cabbage. I'm slicing my yams. Nice and big. And I'm not cooking but a little. I'm going to cut these up, set them in this water, rinse them off. Then I'm going to add a little bit of water, maybe a tablespoon or two. It's quite enough. I'm going to add some molasses. Can you say yum? Gotta rinse that off. Give me a second. I have a little brown sugar, a little more than a little. And it's up to you how sweet you might want your yams or sweet potatoes to be. Some vanilla. Have to have the vanilla. So I have this turned on. I'm going to add about 2 capfuls. Some cinnamon, right? A shot of nutmeg. Just a shot. And I have some butter. A little bit more. A little bit more. I'm going to cover. Look like it's lacking brown sugar. What about to you? That's it. I'm going to cover. Turn that up. When it starts to boil high, then to turn it down low. Not in a hurry, right? I usually start it off turning it up high, like I said, and then I'll check it when it is rapidly boiling already. I don't know if you can hear it, right? That's cool. I'm going to turn it down to a medium and let that cook. And again, I added molasses, brown sugar, butter, nutmeg, cinnamon, and vanilla flavoring. And it's still up high, but it's going to go down. Cook them slowly. And now we're going to make our mac and cheese, or shall I say Canadian cheese. I have my water boiling. Always salt your water to flavor, add some flavor to your pasta. And this is just 1 cup. I don't need a lot. I'm not needing too much. I'm just going to let that cook for about 11 minutes or so. Alexa, 11-minute timer. 11 minutes. 30 minutes. It's been about 10 or 11 minutes. I'm going to take them and pour them in my strainer and hit them with warm water just so they won't stick together, and set them aside. Back into the pan. So I have some cheese, like Velveeta, but it's not Velveeta. I find that the Aldi kind tastes tastes just as good. And it's not as salty, because Velveeta is kind of salty to me. We're just going to get, oops, get in here, where you going? Going to get that in there, and I have some little pieces of butter. I don't always do it, but sometimes I just have the taste for a little butter in there. It's not much, maybe it's about a tablespoon and a half or something. Get that in there. I have a little bit of mild cheddar that I have left. It's shredded. You can shred your own. Sometimes you just don't feel like it. You just want to get in the kitchen and get out. So I always keep both. I keep block cheese and I keep shredded cheese. And this is sharp cheddar. Let's put some of that on in there. I'm going to add some pepper. I like pepper in my mac and cheese. What about you? What about you? I have one beaten egg. That was a pretty small egg. Maybe could have added 2. And I'm going to add some carnation milk. Okay? I feel like I'm forgetting something. What could that be? Oh, it's sitting right in front of me, huh? I think I'm going to add some more cheese in here, too. More cheese, more cheese. Some more pet milk, too. And this is a natto coloring, and this is what they use to give cheese the color that it gives it, that yellow color. And I just gonna add a little bit. It has flavor too, so if you use this, make sure you're careful. It I just like it because it adds more radiance. It makes your mac and cheese so yellow and orangey and beautiful. But anyway, let me add some more cheese. Get back in there. It's gonna jump out for some reason. I like sharp cheese. When my mother used to bake her mac and cheese, she only used sharp. It was so delicious because it had a little sharp taste. But you know, we have to make things our own too, right? We want it to be like Mama's. But you know, one thing I cannot get right, I mean, it's good, but her fried chicken, I cannot get it to taste like hers used to taste for nothing in the world. Maybe it's because the chickens are different or something. I don't know. But I sure would give a lot to have a piece of my mother's fried chicken. Fried chicken. I think I need a little more. What you think? Me too. I keep saying a little, but just let's say some more. Let's get on in there. I'm going to turn this oven up to 350, even though I have my corned beef. Forgot about that? My corned beef is still in there. But I'm going to turn it up to cook this mac and cheese. Sorry about that. I'm trying to make sure that this may be enough. Be dry. I mean, maybe we do, because they used to make it dry. Be dry, but it'd be delicious. Delicious. Not really dry, but really tight. I'll put it like that. Let me get my dish. Here's my dish, and I've buttered the bottom. Let's get this in here. Cheesy inside of this pot. still I'm going to sprinkle some on the top. We're going into the oven until it's nice and hot and bubbly. And we're having jiffy cornbread. Get that in there. I'll break this up a little bit. Sometimes it's pretty doggone lumpy. Get some of them lumps up. Some of those lumps. Okay, that's better. So I have 1/3 of a cup of water, and I'm going to use coffee mate because it makes it taste better somehow. I'm just going to use 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons into that 1/3 of a cup. And stir this. Oh, making a mess, y'all. Making a mess. Make sure that it's really dissolved before you add it into your cornbread mixture. And using warm water might help that go like a lot faster. Just warm water because I'm going to add my egg, my 1 egg. Where you at? Here you are. Into this milk, just to get it all combined really well. I think we got to have that mixed pretty well. And we're going to go ahead and pour that in and stir it together. You know about the jiffy, right? You already know. Get this stirred together. Okay, I've greased my pan with, I'm using butter Kresta, but you can use butter, you can use Crisco, you can use non-stick spray or whatever. And this oven is on 350. I'm going to let it stay on 350 because I have other things in there cooking. Otherwise, you'll probably cook this on 400, but it's not going to matter, trust me. It's still going to cook and it's going to be delicious. Into the oven. While that's happening, I'm making me a steak for breakfast. Yum. Breakfast. Probably not going to be able to eat that whole steak, but I'm doggone sure going to try. Cornbread out of the oven. Gonna add some butter. And I'm gonna add a sprinky dink of sugar. Done. Mac and cheese is out of the oven. See how it's nice and browned at the bottom? That's the way I love it. Just a little hints of brown on the top and bubbly. And the corned beef is ready. And I just put it in this dish right here. And I poured some of the juices because I like the juices to be there. It's going to take about 45 minutes to cool nicely so that when you slice it, it won't fall apart. We're going to cut it across the grain. And then you dip it into your juice to ensure that your corned beef is nice and juicy. It's still a little hot, but I'm going to go ahead and try to slice it anyway. See how your grains are going this way? Whichever way your grains are going, you go across. Come on, be still. It's hot. See, it's not cutting perfectly because it's hot. But I want you to see. That's how you know you're going, cutting the right way. If you cut the same way, it's going to be like, well, I guess I can show you, stringy. It's going to be stringy. You don't want a stringy corned beef. See how small this shrunk too? Taste it. And so I was telling you about the, let me see. Sorry, honey. I'm adding it back into the juice so they can stay nice and juicy. Excuse me, my mouth is full. A couple more. And then you can have some dinner. And I thought I should say the little package that comes inside the corned beef, I never use it. I used it once when I was learning to cook, and it was horrible. But that's just to me. The corned beef is already flavored enough. You don't need to add that unless you just love those flavors, okay? And that's my Sunday dinner. Hey, thanks for watching, and remember to pray, and then pray some more. Pray for her, him, you, them. Pray for us. Don't stop praying. Pray. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and tap that bell if you haven't. And if you have, thank you so much. Share with friends and family and comment. I would love to hear from you. Until next time, I want you to stay safe, stay well, and stay blessed. And remember that God loves you, and so do I. Fix you some Sunday dinner. Love ya. Later.